Hey everyone, how's it going? My name's Madison. Welcome to my channel. I just filmed a video reviewing the new Papa Bites, which were delightful. I am currently at H-E-B, as you can see with the little truck right there. And I need a few things, so I'm gonna take these off so that there's not so much glare. But I have realized, like, you know, what I should do filming wise. Sometimes it's kind of hard for me to keep up with, so I'm trying different shit. So I am buying some stuff for dinner tonight and probably for like the next couple days. So I'm gonna take you with me and make a video out of it. And yeah. Oh, a BMW wagon. Hello, beautiful. Anyways, what was I saying? So I think I'm gonna do it for the week. I feel like that's a good idea. I'll see you in a minute. So I just came out of H-E-B and it was fun in there. What's really interesting about being a woman, I don't know if this works for dudes too, please let me know, is whenever you like dress differently. So today I'm just dressed differently than usual because like I'm usually dressed for comfort, but today I was like, let's be a bad bitch. So I have like some Steve Madden boots on, I have a skirt on, like a tight shirt. This is like something I would have worn like a really long time ago in a previous life, but I no longer do. Of course. Hey, a Volkswagen wagon. Anyways, so I was like standing in front of the meat area and the like meat guy comes out to like, you know, put up some more like stock, and he's like walking by, he's like, hey. I was like, hey. Like, what's up? It was so funny. I mean, H-E-B, it's nice people anyways, but I mean, I go in here all the time, which we all know. I go in here way too much. And so I just thought that was really funny because, you know, and this cop like next to the restroom was like, oh yeah, you can go first, ma'am. And I'm like, Here's another wagon, by the way. That one is a Volvo. Me and Brandon freaking love wagons, so I'm like used to talking about them with him, and he's not here, so you guys are gonna have to suffice. Anyways, but yeah, so it's just interesting, like when you look a little bit different, like the way that people treat you, which is weird because we should all just be nice to each other all the time. But who am I to say? Anyways, the next clip is gonna be me cooking some food. Hi, Toki. You so happy? Come here. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hi. If you're curious on what the outfit is, it is this. Boots, skirt, tight shirt, and my face. So I got this awesome new bag at Marshall's. Freaking love this. I love their bags anyways. So let's see what I got. I think I just stabbed a vegetable. I did. A yellow squash. Some Mexican shredded cheese. It's rare that I buy shredded cheese, but I've been digging it lately, so I'm doing that. Some cream. 2 zucchini. The main course, which is these butterflied center loin pork chops, boneless for ease. I also got these sweet patoots. They are shaped weird, but these will be really easy to chop into smaller pieces. So I'm gonna give it a shot because a lot of people are not gonna buy the small ones. And then I got this ginormo patitoot. It was like 1.5 pounds or something. Let's see. Where is it? Right there. It was almost 1.5 pounds. So $1.37 for the potato. Altogether $16.07. So yeah. Okay, so it is later in the day now. I am pretty tired. Me and Brandon have not been eating at home for like a whole week. So that's just gotta do it, right? I'm going to the fridge. I'm getting the things. It's gonna be fine. And I was like so proud of myself as well because I was cooking every day for like a whole week at one point. and then just kind of fell off, but it's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be cool. Got this, no worries. Trying to stay positive. So I'm gonna go ahead and season the pork chops, and I will show you what I'm putting on them. So I'm finally gonna use this, which is Italian dressing spice. I usually use Italian dressing on these, but I wanted to try like a dry seasoning instead of a wet. I've like had this for a little while, so it's clumping up a little bit, but that's all right. And then I'm just gonna season the other side with salt and pepper, and probably some onion powder too. So I put onion powder, salt and pepper on this side. I might put a little smoked paprika as well, because smoked paprika really does add such a nice flavor. And then I'm just gonna let these hang out on the counter while I do everything else. So I just peeled and rinsed the sweet potatoes, and now I'm just chopping them into like smaller pieces. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep the medallion or I'm gonna cut it in half, but these are quite small, so just gonna make them mostly the same size. So I did end up cutting them in half, and now I'm just adding them to a cookie sheet with some olive oil, and I'm gonna put cinnamon, smoked paprika, salt, pepper, onion powder, and possibly a little sugar. I'm undecided. And then they just go in here for like 30 minutes. So I don't have brown sugar, so I went ahead and added molasses and regular sugar, and then all the spices that I just said. Great, so I went ahead and spread these out, and I left a good border just to make sure that like if they leak or anything, that it's not gonna just like fall off. And now I'm just gonna place them in a 425-degree oven. These are cut pretty small, so probably like 25 minutes. Just peeled and washed this gigantic potato, and I am making mashed potatoes out of it because we have pork chops, and that's always good together. Cool, so super huge potato coming in clutch. There's so much potato right here. I'm gonna get this boiling. I always put it on high, and then as soon as it comes to a boil, turn it to like a medium, boil for 10 minutes, and they're pretty much done as long as they're around like this same size. And then I just go from there. These guys have been cooking for like 10 minutes, looking really nice. So I just stirred the sweet potatoes. They are looking really, really good. I still have that sitting right there, just hanging out, watching Bailey Sarian. I got my stuff ready for my mashed potatoes. This is just like half a cup of heavy cream, some sour cream, and some butter. And then I'm gonna chop up these guys into medallions, or half medallions. I think I'm gonna do half moons. And I just cut them down the middle like this, but I leave the little end, and so it kind of cuts like an onion. You just keep going this way, and that way you don't have to keep on like chopping them in half and everything. It's just really fast. But this is the size that I'm going for at the moment. All right, still watching Bailey Sarian. I chopped up an onion. I have my cast iron here. Yes, my stove is dirty. I have the potato cooking, and then I have the squash over there. I'm getting this really hot so that I can cook these onions. So I went ahead and added vegetable oil to the pan, and it was super hot, coated the whole pan, and then immediately added these. I removed the onions, added some more oil, and now I'm just adding the zucchini and squash. I like to cook zucchini and squash on a high heat because there's a lot of liquid that comes out of them. You want to get some color on them quickly because the liquid can really make or break them. Squash is still going. My potatoes just came out a little bit early because there wasn't too much in the pan. So I'm just letting them dry a bit, and then I'm gonna put butter and the rest of everything and mash them. So I got some beautiful onions right here. I mixed a little of them into the squash. You can see there's lots of color here. They're soft. And then I got some of the little bits out of here, and I'm gonna go ahead and cook the meat. I'm sure you're wondering, why she put that on the side of the pan? I just want to make sure I had room for both. I'm going to cook these like 5 to 7 minutes per side. And I'm going to check the temperature as well. And then I went ahead and added some butter to these sweet potatoes. I'm going to heat them up in just a second. They were hanging out in the oven. And then I have the mashed potatoes here, which are beautiful. Looking gorgeous. I just pulled these off. They are resting now. They look really great. I'm going to put a little bit of Italian dressing on them. And then I'm just going to let them hang out until we're ready to eat. So I just got done making everything. I have the pork chops. I made some gravy. And then the vegetables. I just left these in here with the oven off. And then the mashed potatoes. So let me go and plate. Okay, this is really good, actually. I am very excited. What was I about to say? I had to cut my meat super small because I'm like a little kid right now because of my braces. So it's already like, you know, cut. I need a hair more salt, which is fine because I have the gravy. Just a little. And then everything is delicious. I haven't made pork chops in the cast iron before, and that is a game changer. They taste so good. These sweet potatoes, delicious. So this is a sign to eat the potatoes because they're good for you. And they're yummy. Okay, hello everyone. I am trying to fix something crazy in my hair right now. Wow, cool. Anyway, just got back from HEB. Had to get a couple things because I really want to make some, what is it called? Chick-fil-A tenders at home. So I got all kinds of stuff to do that. And we also picked up some other staples like bread because today is Tuesday. No, today is Monday, the 30th, and it is supposed to freeze. So I grabbed a few other things just to be ready, which I was going to do yesterday, and I really wish that I would have done it yesterday because the store was insane. I get off at 4:30. I used to get off at 3:30, which would be way better, but I changed my schedule because going to work at 7 in the morning was making me want to kill myself. So anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and get into making some Chick-fil-A tenders. So the first step is really easy. It's just putting 2 pounds of chicken tenders in a bag with 1 cup of lemon juice. Lemon juice. Oh my God, pickle juice. And it just sits in there for 30 minutes, an hour, however long. So I am watching a video called Touring Elon Musk's $50,000 Tiny Home by Graham Stephan, which I love him. I've been watching him for years. And I'm putting together the flour mixture for this. The one like super interesting ingredient is that there's 1 tablespoon of confectioner's / powdered sugar, depending on what you call it, icing sugar in here, which makes sense because Chick-fil-A's tenders are kind of sweet. So definitely excited to try this out. And the only thing I changed was that I used smoked paprika instead of regular because regular paprika does have some flavor, but I really like smoked, so that's what I have right now. So yeah, definitely excited to get this situated. I also have the milk and egg mixture hanging out here, and then I got these, so I might make those, I'm not sure. All right, cleaning my stove. This is my favorite thermometer at the moment. I've been using this one for a really long time. This is just a new one because I accidentally broke the other one that I had because I heated it up too much. If you ever see this like getting above like 380 and it's still rising, just move the entire pot to a different burner. I did that, but I let it go too long and it still broke. This part shattered. And then I just have some HEB peanut oil. And I'm honestly probably gonna use this whole thing so they have enough room to like swim around. Yeah, I'm gonna use the whole thing. And I'm just getting everything ready right now that I can get ready, and that way everything is very, very easy when it comes time to fry. So I have my flour ready, my milk ready, oil is, you know, almost ready. I'm not gonna heat it up yet. I'm just gonna wait for that part, but I'm gonna have it in here because it's not doing anything, just hanging out. And so whenever the chicken is done marinating, we'll get started. This recipe is like really, really easy. I just had the chicken hanging on the counter for like 10 minutes of the last part of the 45 that I had it in the pickle juice. I have the flour. So the next step is to drain the pickle juice and add the milk and egg mixture to this. So let's do that. I just went ahead and drained it like out of the side. I think that's fine. And I'm just getting it to where it's like sitting down in there. Just gonna let that be. So it pretty much just has like the chicken and the milk for the same time that it takes to like make this. So I'm just gonna leave the chicken and the milk for like 5 minutes, and then it's like really easy after that. You just drain it off and put it in there and then shake it around and then boom. So I went ahead and just got this ready. It is a sheet pan with foil and a little rack, and that way I can just lay the chicken on it whenever it comes out. And then I'm just gonna put the oven on about 200 so that I can just stick it in there as I'm doing the batches and it'll just stay warm. And what I'm about to say is gonna sound silly, but we're making the tenders here, and then I'm gonna grab some fries from Chick-fil-A. I would just go get some fries from H-E-B, but it is absolutely shockingly just so busy there that it's just not worth it. The line we were in for the self-checkout was like 30 people, so no thanks, but we will get some fries from Chick-fil-A. And I am so excited to try this. I've been wanting to do this for years, but I've just like always put it off. So I'm gonna go ahead and heat my oil up as well. I'm gonna put it on a 6. That's a pretty safe temperature to start heating the oil. And then I'm just gonna set a timer for 5 minutes so that I don't forget about it, but I don't have to like stare at it. And that way it doesn't heat too quick. I know it looks like I didn't put enough oil in there because it was just one of these in like a pretty big pan. But the great thing about oil is that whenever it is heated, it expands almost double its size. So, because it thins out so much. So there's gonna be a great amount of oil in here whenever I am done heating it. A good rule of thumb is that whatever pan you're using, you want it to be a little under half before it starts heating. And if it heats up and it's above half by a lot, like, you know, if it's like half is here and it's not just like right here, it's a good idea to remove some, or just not put too much in there whenever you're cooking the items, because you really just don't want it to overflow. That's like overheating the oil and overflowing it are two really big things whenever you're frying. Other than that, you can kind of just work with it and figure it out. I can't tell you guys how frustrated I am at the recipe that I'm reading, because she doesn't specify what temperature to cook the chicken tenders at, which I think is really, really weird. And it's a pretty crucial step because 350 and 400 is pretty different for the, like, especially since it has sugar in it. I'm like peeved right now. But I looked up another recipe that looked really similar, and it said 350. So that's what I'm gonna heat the oil to. And right now it's at 180. My 5-minute timer already went off. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting these in there. This part should be like the easiest part, because all you do is just take a tender, drip it off, stick it in the flour mixture. This recipe is for 2 pounds. I kind of wish I would have made sure I was like kind of weighing out at the store, because I only got 1.8. So I think one more tender would have been like perfect for Brandon and I, which is another reason I really want to get some fries. Because usually I would have potatoes, and I was like, oh, I'll just make some potatoes, but all my potatoes are out of commission. They have been hanging out because I haven't been cooking. And I just use plastic baggies because it's gonna be the easiest thing, and that's what I'm looking for right now. It's very easy. So I'm just getting some of the air out of here, and then just gonna shake these around. The main thing you want to pay attention to here is that you just don't want them to be so wet that it eats up all the flour, because you want them to be like separate in here. And this is like perfect. This is honestly turning out exactly how I need it to be. Two go now. Two go now. Oh, I got something on my glasses again. There we go. Awesome. So these turned out perfect. They are dry in here. Let me get you guys an angle you can see. You can see that they're dry and separated in there, which is exactly what you want. If for some reason you do this and they're not dry and separated, don't worry. Just add a bit more flour so you can break up that liquid. It just means you added a little bit too much liquid. My temperature is at 240 right now. So as soon as it comes up to temp, we will be frying. All right, so my oil is up to temp. It's actually a bit further because I got distracted doing something. That's all right. I'm just gonna put these in there. And you just wanna lay them lightly in. I'm gonna do 3 at a time. You don't wanna drop them because you're gonna get oil all over you. Just do it nice and gentle. I'm gonna set a timer for 3 minutes to check them. I'm gonna put one more because the oil is still pretty hot and I can handle it. There we go. So my 3-minute timer just went off. I am grabbing my thermometer because it's just easier. And I'm just puncturing it like this. Oh yeah, these are good. Oh, there's a little guy in here. What about you? Perfect. This just makes me feel better, so you can just do whatever you need to feel good about what you're eating. Perfect. So those are good. I would have left my glove on, but I had to take it off because I had to put a battery in here. For some reason, I thought I didn't have a battery, and I have plenty, and I just purchased some more, so love that. We all know how expensive batteries are. So 3 minutes was like perfect. So I'm just taking the last 2 out, and I'm just gonna set them on top of the bag so that I can see them. And that way I don't have to have a glove on. So with this batch, I actually put in, I think 4. You guys know better than me. And I'm gonna put them in for 1 minute longer because I tempted them and they're just a little under. And that's because I added a little bit too much, which totally happens. And you just gotta work with it, work with yourself. Just kind of keep an eye on it. I would say just try to keep it between like 330 and 350, 360 as it's frying. And then whenever you're putting more in, between 350 and 360 is a really good spot. So this is what we have so far. These are looking gorgeous. So I'm just gonna add the last grouping, and I'm just gonna do it with the tongs because I don't need the tongs to be like super clean anymore. I mean, I still want them to be clean, so I'm just gonna cook them in the pot. But if you do that for every single one of them, they'll get really, really cakey. And I'm going to do these for $2.45 because there's not that many in there and I want to make sure that they don't get super overcooked. Okay guys, so it is complete. So I'm turning the heat off. I do have the other ones in a warm oven. I warmed it to 200 and when I put them in, I turned it off so that they don't like just sit in there cooking because they are warm enough to stay warm for a minute, you know, like while everything else is cooking. And honestly, they really do look amazing. And the texture of these is like perfect. So that sugar must be what's happening. I am gonna go get some fries and then I will be back to try this. I'm gonna go ahead and move this as well. I don't know where my other one is. Is this really hot? No, it's okay. I just like to move it from the heat as it cools down. That just makes me feel better. So I will see you in a few minutes. Okay, it's real. I'm really at Chick-fil-A waiting for French fries since I forgot to buy some at H-E-B. H-E-B is still on and popping, but not as crazy as earlier. Here's the line. Not too bad. If you don't do mobile ordering with Chick-fil-A and you do like to go there, you should definitely do it because the points are insane. Like, it happens so quick and they actually love it whenever you do it because it makes their lives so much easier. So definitely do it. You can pick up drive-through, inside, and then you could do like curbside too. So definitely get situated with that because it's awesome. All right, so just got back from Chick-fil-A, got the fries. Really excited about these. Look at these guys. They're like almost exactly the texture they need to be. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Look. They're like exactly the same. I am so excited to try. Just gonna grab some Chick-fil-A sauce real quick.
I want to taste.
I know, I want to taste it too.
Don't tell me what it tastes like. I don't know. Well, we just witnessed all that. What the fuck just happened?
Show.
What is it? I'm gonna pause that.
Okay.
No.
The video got cut abruptly because I actually just choked and I almost died. They are super similar. They need a little bit more flavor, but other than that, they're like bang on. Texture is perfect. Please make them. Hi everyone, how's it going? I just recently got power back. The power went out because all the trees are going insane outside. I will put a picture right here. I am making, I'm defrosting some seasoned beans, like some pinto beans, because I'm gonna do like little Chipotle style bowls. I marinated some chicken breasts in lime juice, chipotle powder, garlic powder, onion powder, that kind of thing. Salt and pepper, of course, for like a few hours. And I'm gonna make cilantro lime rice and, well, actually not cilantro lime rice because I forgot cilantro. And I made guacamole and pico, which I can actually show you guys in a little bit. And then I bought salsa because I didn't feel like making any. So I will show you when everything's pretty much together. Cool. So I went ahead and just made it easier on myself and I put the chicken on a plate so that I can put it in the pan very quick. Even though I marinate it and I put salt in there, I always put salt again on each side. And that is how you make sure that it has enough flavor, because the salt in the marinade kind of like acts as like a tenderizer as well. And so does the lime, but I'll just do another little layer. And you just want to make sure that your pan is hot enough. Like right now I have mine on a 6.5. I was just heating up a bit of tortillas from the H-E-B bakery. If you have H-E-B or Central Market near you, definitely do it. They're so freaking good. 20 of them is like $4, $5. 100% worth it. So just gonna cook this, and then after I'm gonna cut it up, and then I'm gonna have some food, and I'm really excited. And then I just wiped the pan out just a little bit, and I put the beans in there. These are the beans that I had, seasoned beans with bacon from October, and they are gonna be great. Here is the chicken. I put a little bit of lime juice on it, and I'm gonna let it rest. So this is from cooking the chicken. I went ahead and smashed some of the beans, and then I have it on like a medium-high heat, and I'm just getting some of the excess liquid out so that it's not completely like bean soup in the bowls. And this just takes like 5 minutes usually. And then I have my rice. And then I just cut them like in extra small chunks like this. And that way they're really easy to eat. This turned out really, really good. So this is how I set everything up. I made him some jalapenos. He's gonna be really excited about that. I had a little bit left over. It looks like I have an HEB video, but I don't. This is their fire roasted salsa. They have really good salsas, so I'm gonna try this one. I haven't tried it yet. I have some Oaxaca cheese and some guacamole, which I just put this on there so that it would be easier to make sure that it's gonna be good for this. And then I made a little bit of pico. I made it like really, really quick, and I don't have any fresh cilantro, so I had to use dried, which is not ideal. Rice, and then this is the texture of the beans now, which is perfect. And I'm gonna make a bowl. And this is how I make it. I'm just gonna put some sour cream right here. I put cheese underneath the meat, and I would put lettuce, but I honestly forgot. And yeah.
So I can just get a little bitey bite of everything, hopefully. So good.